Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the CR&E Morning Brew, January 5th, 2023. Wow. We'll call this episode one of series 2023, season 2023, however you want to word it. Happy New Year to everyone. Um, wow. It's been forever since I've done a show. I guess basically it has been. Hi. Can you guys hear me? Is there a train running back there? Okay, let's see who we got here. First of all, somebody let me know if you can hear me okay. Loud and clear. Thank you, Jason. Good morning. Hello. Let's see. That just kicked me out. Having issues with my earbuds this morning. Some stupid reason. It's still connected. Says they are. All right. I'm going to go backwards on the list. Tennessee River Union. Chris, how are you, sir? Abaniki. Morning. Dave, Carolina Foothills. Morning to you. Bernard, be there in a minute. All right, buddy. Al Stevens, good morning. I got Jason the Train Freak. Good morning, buddy. No running train to kick it off. Yeah, I got it running there. It just wasn't in the picture yet when you asked. Been running good all morning. We'll see. The camera's on now. God only knows. So, all right. Well, there you go. Throat hurts. Oh, that's not good. All right. Little banner back up there. Oh, I'm out of practice. I think the only thing I did last month for like live streams and stuff was I did the um, Contract Tuesday. That was the week after Christmas. So, like my cup says, keep calm and play with trains. This is the Pixel Depot. I think I showed that before. Right, look at that. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I want to say it's Dave, but I don't think it is. Um, really good channel if you haven't checked that one out. Pixel Depot. Um, he's working on a little switching layout at the moment. He has a big layout. He don't really show it much that I can see, but he's doing. He's very informative. Joe, there you go, Joe. Thank you, Dave. I think everybody should be called Dave. I don't know. We're just awesome. uh, so yeah, I mean, my whole saga still continuing. Last month with, I ended up in the emergency room, as a lot of you guys know, with gallbladder, gallstones. Ended up having that out on December 23rd. Surgery for that, so I'm still out of work with that. Tomorrow, as a matter of fact, I go for my follow-up to see when I'll be okay to go back. So could be next week, could be, I don't know, a week or two. I'm not sure. So yeah, Kyle, me too. He's very clear, concise. He explains things well, and he shows things that a lot of us like want to learn how to do. Like I really got a lot out of his what do you call it? With like printing signs and stuff like that. Once once I get around to doing more of that, I'll look back on those videos. All right. I just said a little bit about it. Recovery's going well. Things are healing well. It's still a little sore, believe it or not. I don't know why. Um, I haven't. I've been following directions. I haven't like a 10-pound lifting restriction, which is it's so unbelievable how you just don't realize how much things weigh. I've been trying to be a good boy on that. My wife's riding my ass on that one. Excuse my French, yelling at me anytime I try to do something. So, yeah, so, but all in all, well, I mean, I don't feel like I've had any complications or anything like that. Um, but thanks, this is looking better. Yeah, thank you. I feel better. Um, not getting all that pain all the time. So, like I said, I can still feel it here and there if I move funny. Or something like a yawn and stretch, especially in the middle, man. When I did that in the beginning, I was like, oh, yeah, there it is. Just from the incisions and stuff. The lap sites, they did it laparoscopically. So that's good. Um, Kyle had to deal with that in college. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, apparently, once I knew what it was, did the ultrasound and all that when I was in the emergency room and stuff, and they told me I had gallstones, and they were inflamed and everything. Uh, then I started thinking back, and I've probably been dealing with this longer than I thought, probably a good 6, 8 months. We never really put two and two together. I just ate something funny, got some gas, or whatever, and it would go away pretty quick. And then just those last couple of times, just it was hours and hours. And then the night I finally went into the emergency room, it was going on 6, 7 hours. I was like, ah, no, this is not good. Something's definitely wrong. Anyway, that's enough about that. Doing good. Glad to be back. I missed you guys, man. Just doing the show. I've always told you I like doing this show. I enjoy it. It's very, in my opinion, very laid back, and it takes just a minute to really get into things, but it's okay. Hey, good morning, John. Uh, but yeah, I feel like it's just something I enjoy doing, and I'll continue to do it as long as you guys continue to show up. I will continue to do it. Now, just like last year, I mean, there'll be times where maybe I won't be able to or whatever, but for the most part, we're gonna keep the 9 o'clock Thursday mornings, and try to stay on that schedule there. Jesus, he was missing the Thursday morning show. Thanks, buddy. Then he says, mainly because I can't hardly catch your on-track Tuesday show. Yeah. Yeah, but you got scouts or something on Tuesdays, I think. Or at least the Tuesday I do it. Jimmy, good morning, Jim. And I apologize to every one of you guys that putting out videos and you're doing live stuff. I seriously checked out. I really did. I was between the surgery and everything, and then I feel like I was getting burned out. I feel bad. Um, I really wanted to be a bigger part of that Cab Crew Wednesdays with Derail Daryl. It just, Wednesdays are tough for me. I work, and then by the time I get out and I try to rush in and do the show, I was just feeling burned out to begin with things. And I don't mean that to sound like I'm complaining. I'm very grateful that I have all you guys out there that want to listen to me jibber jab. High Plains Drifter, good morning. I had my gallbladder out the 23rd of December, so it's been a couple weeks now. Doing good. But yeah, I just was getting really burned out and was feeling like I needed to step back a little bit. The only show I was really enjoying doing was the Thursday morning show. And December was going to be messed up anyways with my work schedule, even before the surgery was going to happen, before that all went down. It just, with the time off I had available and the way that the holidays fell, I was going to have to pick up extra days. And Thursday was going to be in one of those days. So that's why I said I'm just going to take a little break, do what I have to do, and then come back hopefully refreshed now in January. So that's my game plan. Hey, buddy, what's happening? Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt. I got your favorite railroad up there. Not your favorite, but you know, your locomotives you guilted me into, inadvertently guilted me into. Kyle, Jason, I'm going to get in contact with you on decoder selection and installation. Got some new engines to put sound in them down the line. We'd be the guy to contact, I'll tell you what. I need to do a little video update, maybe. It is something I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of like cleanup of the workbench type projects. I had a couple. I've showed a little bit of video on them. The two Bachmann F7 units. I was able to add. It had DCC, but I was able to add sound decoders into them. I got my GP35. I got that finally squared away. Thank you, Jason, for helping me with programming in that. Hell, I got my. Let's see if I can get that up there. Probably not. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't know if you'll see it. It's way up in the corner. It's a Broadway Limited AC 6000 with smoke. Had that sitting on the workbench forever. Just all I had to do to it. I did most everything to it before I tore the layout down. It's been that long. And thanks, Jim. Wasn't really a club I wanted to be a part of, but you know, what the hell? Nothing better to do. Yeah, and that's kind of like I said. I had so much other stuff going on, Jason. I wasn't going to really do the show, and I was just feeling like it was just going to be too much. And I wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't enjoying what, you know, I didn't even want to come down here. I was making no progress, and I don't know. So I feel better about everything now. So sorry about the hiatus, but I think it was needed. Hey, there's Sparky. Good morning, buddy. But again, like I said, I apologize that I haven't really been watching. I've been watching sporadically. I kind of took almost like just a break from trains. I've watched very little train videos. Oddly enough, I'm watching a lot of like power washing videos, lawn mowing videos, stupid stuff like that, man. I don't know, man. They're oddly like soothing or something. Put me right out. Almost like watching the Crooked River in Eastern, man. Put you right to sleep. Good morning, Joe. How you doing? I'll catch a few of you guys here and there, but it's still YouTube's so crazy with their notifications. I don't know what to do there. I get notifications from channels that are like videos that are 6, 8 years old, 4 years old. I'm like, oh, what the heck? Nothing like comes up, especially when I'm watching. I've been watching a lot on the TV because I've been on the couch a lot, and so I watch on the TV, and I get a lot of like stuff comes up that way, where it's a lot of old stuff. I watch some of it, you know. I've gotten into some of the guys that are doing like vintage repairs on trains. Classic Model Trains is a guy I enjoy watching. I think it's called Classic Model Trains. He's kind of funny. You tear down old Tycos and Lionels, and it don't matter what scale, and get them up, show how he cleans them up, and you know, I like stuff like that. But, Kansas City and Colorado rail fan. Morning all, heading home from Texas today. Oh, all right. Well, have a safe drive or flight, whatever you're doing. That plane's drifter. Let's see. Never pauses to take time for yourself. I've had 4 surgeries in 20. Oh, Jesus. Took a lot out of you. Glad you're healing on the healing side of things. Thank you. And that is something I really did notice, even after like the initial like belly pain, if you will, from the incisions subsided for the most part. And even still, maybe because I'm laying around so much, I'm tired, man. I just can't. And my nights and days are backwards. I got off schedule and like I'm up half the night and sleeping during the day. It's crazy. I don't get it. So I just don't get it. But anyways, but yeah. Amazing flashy for the criminal. George did get back to me, and I've been working on it. Let's talk about this here. I got put one of those sound car um, decoders in there. So I'm still kind of working. What's going on with my train over here, man? My son had slowed down. There's a power drop or something over there. I don't understand that. It's odd. Again, like I said, it's been running fine all day, all morning. Now it's going to act up. I don't know. But anyways, like I said, Wigwag, there's my buddy. How you doing, man? Let's see, we're gonna catch up on the chat here. Lee Anfield in the loft. How you doing? In the loft. Anfield in the loft. Anfield Road layout in the loft Tuesday. Get it together, man. Get it together. Running trains. Good to see you, Lee. Watches the yard work. Yeah, it's weird, man. I watched that guy down there by you in Fort Pierce. Hellblades. I watched that guy, the boring channel. How's his name? He got two channels. One is like more of a power washing channel. He does with his, I think it's his dad. He's talking about watching my videos or watching all the lawn mowing videos. You got to put it on nice and low, just so you get that buzz of the weed whacker and the lawnmower hum, and just kind of puts you right on out, man. I'll tell you. Hey, Wilmer. Good morning. Happy New Year. Yeah, that's funny. Grimmy Rail, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. Last 2 weeks, cleaning the woodworking workshop. I'm ready to start making some sawdust. All right, all right. Bag that up and sell it. I did that. I didn't sell it, but I went up to Home Depot and they're more than glad to empty their saw into a garbage bag for me. Made some ground covering from it. Mini prints. Hey, good morning, Bernard. How you doing? Looking forward to that. At the end of the month, going up to Amherst. Get to see him, and apparently I think Sparky's going to be there with them. I'll see him and a bunch of guys. Should be up there for that. Oh, so January 14th is coming up. A couple weeks, I think. That's a birthday weekend. I'm going to be heading down to the Columbus show. I was talking a little bit to Pappy last night about it. I'm trying to figure out maybe somewhere to meet, maybe just meet at the show. I was kind of thinking it wouldn't be bad to maybe get something together beforehand, meet up for like breakfast or something. Because once you get into the show, everybody kind of wants to go do their own thing. If you're it's hard to kind of keep people together, and I missed something. You seen somebody decoder? Don't get into decoder war, guys. Soundtracks. Economy is nothing but a generic Tsunami 2 with basic features. Not every sound file. All these locals were replaced with Tsunami 2. Yeah, but it's a good economical solution, like especially if you're not really worried. From what I was watching a video. Imagine I was watching a video. I've been watching a lot of soundtracks videos actually because I've been doing a lot of decoder stuff around. Like I said, I've been cleaning up a lot of stuff on my workbench. 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. I did an install on a Walther's mainline that I picked up not that long ago because I was just curious to see what they were like, and I got a great freaking price on it, man. It was under $100. brand new DCC ready. So I put a Tsunami 2 21-pin chip in it and put a speaker and all that to keep alive and all that stuff, you know. So I had it already, so I figured, well, I'll use it. Because the locomotive I was going to put it in was an operator series scale trains, and I was going back and forth between that and that's. Well, I sold that one, so with the money I sold that one for, I picked up this one because I've heard good things about the main line, Walther's main line, and I just wanted to see. So that's what I did, and it sounds good, runs good, like it, not bad, fairly heavy, you know. I'm still partial to scale trains. I just wish they would go with the Tsunami decoders. I'm finding that I really do like those better than the ESU. But in fairness, I haven't really dabbled much, like in depth with either, really. But the ESU, especially, just whatever scale trains has programmed out of the box, you know. I'll change it to horn sometimes, or little things like that. The bell, depending. Um, Play around with that kind of stuff. I haven't really dived real deep into changing sound files, uploading sound files. I do have a programmer, a local programmer. Again, before I told the old layout down, I was starting to get into more and more of that stuff. I have JMRI all set up here on the computer. I just have to get it up and running. My wife finally got a new computer, so I have to do some cleaning up of. She has to finish cleaning everything off of that laptop she was using, which is about 2 to maybe 3 years old. She got that one when everything shut down. She stayed home for work and has been permanently home from the office. So it was time for her to upgrade. So she did, and you know, with her work, they help out with some of that. You know, they don't pay for the whole computer, but they give you a nice little discount. So, long story, I'm taking the old computer, but it's just a matter of doing it. I can't say I haven't had time because I've been off work, but sometimes it's not just the time, it's the desire. You know, you don't always feel like doing stuff. Like I have to be in the mood to do things. So it kind of comes down to that as well. Um, so there's that. Where I was going with that story, God only knows. Career-ending work injury in 2018, medically retired in 21, left holding 500, was left holding 500 pounds. 4 back surgeries. The hobby literally saved my life. It's kept my mind busy. Look, awesome. Awesome. Not that you had to retire and all that, but the fact that the hobbies helped you out. And we're glad to be here, you know. Um, Man, it's over Southwest. Jason said he lives too far to go to Amherst. You're definitely further than me, but it's an 8.5 hour drive for me. So let me rephrase it. I will be at Amherst unless there's a snowstorm like there was in Christmas, around Christmas, where friggin' Buffalo and everything was snowed under. Now, in that case, I'm not going to Amherst. Sorry, it'll just be a wash. I'll lose my money for mini prints and all that kind of stuff because I do have an appointment with Bernard at Mini Prints to have a mini me made. So for all you guys that are just chomping at the bit to have Crooked Dave on their layout, you know, I'll let you guys know how that goes and when that's available. Oh my gosh. You made it, buddy. You made it. Oh, you're trying to get some sleep. Why? I told you last night it's not helping. The beauty rest don't help. Might as well just stay up. You knucklehead. Well, you had a marathon Saturday night. How many hours were you on? 8.5, 9? Jesus. Already his Saturday, well, Sunday for him, Saturday for us here in the States. He came out 8 p.m. Man, I don't know. I think I saw had you up on the TV. I dozed off, and then I think I woke back up. It was like 3 in the morning. There's Artie still up there. Like, what the hell is Artie? Is he still alive? I can't believe you're still alive, man. What's a good sound diesel? A good non-sound diesel decoder for N scale. Mystic. If you ask Jason, it's always going to be soundtracks, and I don't disagree with that. Yes. The fancier the decoder slash, or if you're buying something with it in it, the fancier, and you're always adding more money, of course. But again, like was starting to say though, the economy is. I was watching, like I said, George from Soundtracks because I was doing a lot of installs, so I was trying to get some insight to make sure I was doing things right. I'm trying to learn this stuff, man. Jason walked me through programming my GP35, and I'm like, man, Jason, I wish I'd wrote more of that down because you just fly through it, man. I mean, you were telling me where to search, and I pulled up on the computer the manual and stuff. But if you want to access this stuff, you got to do, you got to put this CV into this thing so it hits this next set of numbers, and 1.11 this and that, and 1.2 this and that, and it's like, oh my god. So it's more complicated than guys think, and especially if you're kind of, hey Chasco, somebody saying hi to Chasco. I miss you. There he is. Morning, buddy. Happy New Year. Got way behind on the chat again because I'm rambling, I tell you. Like you guys know I like to do. I get caught up here. That's funny. 8 hours for Sparky. Yeah, see? 7 hours for you, Bernard. All right. Go back to how far Amherst is. Yeah, rub it in. Rub it in, man. Down there basking in the sun, you jerk. That's what I do. Yeah. Let's see. What kind of coffee am I drinking? This is Black Rifle. It is Blackbeard's Delight. Kind of got turned on to that one. It's a dark roast. There's a little hint of cocoa. A little hint of cocoa in it. Smoky flavor too. It's good. I enjoy it. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm telling you, that's one thing. Being off like this, I think I can get used to it. I can find enough things to keep busy. I'll be 52 in a couple weeks, so I got a ways to go, God willing. But 1.21 gigawatts. What is that? Are you talking about the N scale decoders or no? That's they have me replaced in less than 24 hours. Or yeah. Oh yeah. You're a number. Every job, you're a number. Simon, the railway enthusiast, 83. Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, recovering from that surgery I had, but doing well. Can't complain. All in all, I can't complain. Funny decoder. Yeah. I don't think there's. I'm going to say this and I get slack probably. I don't think there's any locomotive you can't really put a decoder in. How much work you have to do is another story. A lot of your older locomotives, you have to isolate the motor from the frame. Actually, it's more. I think it's more. The frame you're picking up, like the frame is completing the circuit, so you have to break that loop, isolate it, or you're going to get a short. Yeah, man. Yeah, pick it up for me, man. I'll pay for you for it and pay for you to ship it to me, man. If you want to bring it to me, that's fine too. But that was good. I had that when I was at Anthony's house back in. When did I come down there? Was that October or end of September? I can't remember now. Seemed like forever ago. Um, yeah, that's some good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, see, Jason said basically the same thing. It's possible to put a decoder in 90% of locomotives, just some of them require milling out the chassis. Well, that's true. Especially if you're going to go with sound, you got to make sure you have room to fit the speaker. You don't always have that room, depending on the make and the shell and how much weights are inside of it and stuff. Sometimes you have to lose some of the weights, mill some of the frame down. That was the issue with that AC 6000 with the Broadway Limited. I had a Paragon 3 I did already. It was a ES44, had smoke. And then I had to do that with that one too. I had to mill out part of the frame to get the Keep Alive to fit in there. Now the Paragon 3 had a plug, you just quick plug for it. The Paragon 2 didn't have that, so I had to actually remove the board, flip it, and solder the wires to the board. And Broadway Limited actually has a video on their website on how to do that because they know it's an issue and they needed to show people how to do it without blowing your decoder. DWM Trains. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. Welcome to the scene where you can't add a decoder or 040 steamers and something smaller than a 70 ton. Okay. I mean, like I said, most of your stuff you can. You would know obviously more than I do as a certified installer. But I feel like most things you can fit. Like you could probably fit an N scale decoder in that if it's just a little switcher like that and you don't need a lot of power draw or whatever. I would think. Um, that's what was in my AHM locomotive up there, the Pacific I have. There was the guy I had do it when I first got back into mountain railroading. That guy put it in, I think it's an N scale decoder in that. So I messed with that too. It wasn't running. I finally got that figured out. I don't know what was wrong with it. I reset the decoder. I tried doing that before. It didn't work. Opened it up, moved some things around, made sure all my connections were connected, and then reprogrammed it and cleaned the wheels really good. And then now it runs good. So I don't know. It doesn't have sound or anything, but that's okay. Don't pull for shit, but pulls a few passenger cars around. That's all I'm going to use it for, anyways, is a excursion train. Hey, Fred. Good morning from the car dealership, waiting for repairs. Oh boy. Well, good luck with that. Thanks for popping in. I'm enjoying the series. Boy, you're a little dark this year, man. You got the whole Bravo going on. You got murders, gunshots, man. I don't know, fires. Man, you just must have had a bad summer. Get a little dark this time around. Not complaining. It's funny as hell. Sparky, yes, he got off. Oh, I don't mean to spoil. Spoiler alert. Yeah, just room reasons, I'm assuming. Plus, everything's smaller to deal with. I'm working on this for my buddy Chris, Tennessee River. He sent that to me. I believe it's, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's an Athearn Genesis. It's an Athearn, but it had the old 1100 board in it, so I'm putting the Tsunami 2 to keep alive in there. And I added, wanted LEDs. I'm waiting for some LEDs to come, Chris. I told you that already, but he had picked up some ditch lights to add on the back. And those on. And some LEDs in the front light. And the front ditch lights. So I'm waiting on the other LED because I ran out. I got to put it in the backup light. He had this whole board in there. And it all was regular bulb lights. I left everything hooked up so I knew what was going where, but It's actually still a good board because I tested everything prior and it ran, sounded good, everything. I didn't change the speaker out or nothing like that. Sounded good. Still sounds good. So I don't know what he wants me to do. This is the soundtracks. Let's see, July 2013. I don't know what this one is. I think it's the old 1100 board on there. But it got capacitors built into it. I think that's what those are. Is that what those are, Jason? The capacitors underneath. The new board don't have them. You got to add the key flaps. I could be wrong. Maybe that's not what those are. But anyways, that's I've been working on that last few nights. He sent that to me months and months ago. Well, he knew it was going to be a while. I told him, I said, listen, let me get, hey, Tammy and Ray, how are you guys? I told him, let me get my stuff. Hey, Plumber, good morning. Sorry, I got behind on the chat again. I tell you, I get to yapping and I lose track. So sorry if you guys have been asking questions and stuff. I'm just take this shell off these F45s. I'll be listening. Okay. What brand, Kyle? 203 for what? Tsunami Dakota. Oh, the tsunami. 300 now. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot. Jesus. You probably with shipping, not so much. I was gonna say how. Um, can't you get them somewhere over here cheaper and have them shipped over there, or does the shipping just screw that all up and end up being the same price anyways? Yeah, Fred. That was funny, man. Kind of looked like Heath a little bit. Maybe just a bald head. No, he don't have a bald head. You know what I mean? He looked a little bit like him. That's it's a fun series. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, yeah, that's a lot. I don't think I've ever seen them that high over here, anyways. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's still a good decoder. Let's see what he wants to do with it. I think he did send me a second locomotive. I don't know what his game plan was on that. I think I think it is a switcher. I haven't even opened that one. But I don't know if you're still in the chat, Chris. Uh, we'll talk though. Sugar Cube, Mystic. I don't know if you're talking about the one I have. This is not a Sugar Cube. It's like 11 by 15 or 13 millimeter rectangular, whatever Soundtracks uses. But yeah, anyways, I'm doing a decoder install on this one for him. Just as a friend. I mean, no money exchanges, nothing like that. I think he said that maybe he'd paint something for me. But I wanted to make sure he was okay with the fact that it was going to be a minute because I I wanted to mess with my own stuff first, so I felt comfortable enough. If I'm going to blow up a decoder, I want to blow up my own stuff and not his, you know. So, like I said, finally got around to getting a lot of my work off the workbench finally. Thanks again, Jason. Jason definitely was a big help with not only programming, but I was running questions by him as well as watching videos from George. And George actually, he had me reach out to George on a couple of questions, and he got, you know, he got back to me and said if I run into any more issues, to let him know. He's a good guy, and it's another thing. Soundtracks has got great customer service on top of that, having a great product. So Let's see, Georgia Sunbelt, not sure, but I've used either a 1-inch round or two of the mini cubes, yeah. What's the name of the really good speaker people use? There is Sound Systems or something it's called. I just got an email from them. They're out of the office for most of the last couple of weeks, I guess. I took a couple of weeks off end of December. I've never used their speakers. Some guys will use iPhone like 4 speakers and stuff, but I use the mini cubes or the ESU sugar cubes are good. In fact, I bought some off of. Let's see. So I can find it in my emails. Oh my God, I can't type. DigiKeys that I've used before and had good luck. The only thing is I don't have enclosures. I had to buy enclosures, or I guess you can make them. That's why I need to reach out to some of you 3D printer guys. I wonder if you guys can make the enclosures for these speakers. I'm sure you could 3D print them if you had the right files and stuff. Because I could get the speakers from DigiKeys. They're, let's see, it is a 15 by 11 millimeter enclosed speaker. They're $1.58 a piece. Order 10 of them. I get this to open. Eight ohms, general purpose speaker, 700 milliwatts, 100 hertz, 20 kilohertz. And the only thing is it don't come with your enclosures. I mean, it's enclosed, but don't come with like your actual enclosures that you get from Soundtracks or ESU and that. So you buy those individually, they wire up just the same, they sound good. I got them in a bunch of my stuff that I've done. George did one with 4 mini cubes wired in series parallel. I saw that. Hey, Waycross, how you doing? Good morning. I don't know where he put them all. Well, he did. I think he milled out the frame and he put them all along the back there, on the back side of it. Jeff the Railroad Enthusiast, good morning to you. Happy New Year, guys. I think Artie might have, that's who I was answering. Artie said he was struggling to keep his eyes open, so he was going to take off. So that's okay. I always appreciate when he stops in. I know it's a crazy time with him. No, I know. As I'm saying, don't come with the baffle. That's what I mean. It has the enclosure, but not the baffle. So that's why I was saying, all you guys, Plumber, Jim Tedesco, Thomas, you guys that do all that 3D printing, I wonder if that's a file you can find to print those baffles. They're not overly expensive. You could get a baffle kit, $10 or something, but if I can get them 3D printed, it'd be the same thing. You can make them out of styrene. You have to just thicken up styrene in that, I guess. So we crossed 100 subscribers, but not yet. Get there soon. Yeah, man. Subscribers are tough to come by. So anybody that's not subscribed to Waycross, go check them out. It is tough to come by. You'll get there though. Oh, they do. Okay. Yeah, it was something I was kind of hoping to get into, but I got so many other things going on that just be one more thing to take me away from the layout. And that's why I figured, well, I couldn't do a whole lot being off, so I figured I would go ahead and try to get some of these projects cleaned up, which I did okay. Did most of them that I wanted to, as far as like decoders and stuff. And it's been bugging me that I haven't started on. I hadn't at that time. I hadn't started on this one for Chris because I've had it for way too long, and I'm excited to get this finished up for him and back to him, so he can enjoy it on his way out again. I thought you were leaving. What are you still doing here? You'll get there, stop looking at it, and it will grow faster. Yeah, man, you're coming up on 300 or something, aren't you, Artie? And then fix it for the work meeting. Yeah. Hey, you might as well, if you're going to do a test print, you might as well make it worth your while, right? So that is something I might be interested in. If any of you guys are willing to take a peek at it and see if you can print them. See you tonight, Jim Tedesco. Oh, yeah, Jim. Short line Thursday, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. I think I'm caught up now. He's at 294. So let's try to get him up to 3. So promote that guy, I guess. I don't know. He's all right. He's an all right guy. Till we get a 3D printer next week. Okay. Yeah. Jim's done a lot of work for me. And good work. And he does a good job. And it's he's reasonable. You don't charge. You don't try to rape you on any of that stuff. But yeah, definitely reach out to Jim. I know Plummer was showing some stuff last night that he's printed. I think Thomas is showing off stuff. And who did the little short video last night, Plummer? And showed off there. You did that little printed signal house or whatever, signal box. I was sitting there working at the bench. I was listening to you guys trying to chime in here and there, but I don't remember who actually did that. Did a little shorts video real quick on comparing yours and theirs or something. Yep. Jim's done VD20 holders for me. Jim's done containers, container trailers, mobile home trailers. Shit, Jim, what else? You made me some tents, camping tents. Definitely is important for good speaker performance. Did a lot of custom boxes back in my custom stereo days. Yeah. Wow. Anybody even use a stereo anymore? J-Car Electronics got a sale on 3D printers, $295. J-Car. What the hell are they out of? Yeah, what about you? What kind of printer though? I'm going to be in need, if you saw my mail call video from Roy, Container Man, I will be in need of some trucks. I have a ton of trailers now. I don't have enough tractors for them. Yeah. Easy 50 style dumpsters. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. They came out good too, man. I know Jim's printed me more than that. I just can't think. Oh, the holders. for the controllers for the layout on the panel. Why? What's going on? I have to either send these FP45s to someone and add sound or just leave them silent. It's fine either way. We can't just add sound. I mean, as far as your board goes, you have to have a sound decoder. So there's that. Hey, there's D-Round Daryl. How you doing, buddy? Finally woke up, huh? Daryl's still got a family in for the holidays and stuff. Genesis. Can't just pull the coupler boxes that don't come apart that way. Sometimes the Genesis will have, I don't want to pick up his locomotive. Sometimes I think some locomotives, I don't know about Genesis, but you have to turn the trucks. There's a screw, like a couple screws and one or two on each truck that holds the frame up in there. Can't get the shell off. The newer stuff, you pull a couple of ends of the boxes off, and then, like I said, sometimes you'll have a screw up in the truck here. Like this one don't, but you'll turn the truck, one way, and you'll have like a little screw up in here, one down in there somewhere. So check for those areas. Sometimes they're a little tough to get at, but sometimes there's a screw. And you unscrew the coupler boxes, and they pull out, and then you should be able to. Still got to be gentle with it. Sometimes it still takes a little finagling, but you should be able to pop the shell off now. Yeah, do what Dave said, damn it. Sometimes he knows a little something. Not a lot, just sometimes he knows a little. Enough to get you in trouble, at least. I get you started, get you halfway through it, and then I'll bail on you because I don't know what to do from there. If I'm being honest. That's when I call Jason. Jason, what did I do? How do I fix this? Oh, man. He sees my number and he's like, oh, shit, do I really want to answer this phone? I just woke up. It's still pouring rain out. Yeah. Jeez, you guys are getting bombarded out there. It's feast or famine, man. Choking to death here. Oh, shit. Remove the couplers and the two other screws that hold the shell on where it's hard to remove. Yeah, sometimes the shell will get hung up. Like those Broadway Limiteds, they're tricky, man. Like the way they have the front light bars and stuff, they get hung up on the frame or on the shell. I mean, just take your time, take it slow, inch it off little by little. You should be able to wiggle it off if all the screws are out. You shouldn't, unless you bought it off somebody and they glued the shell on for some stupid reason. And even at that, you should be able to, slide a little blade in there and kind of, don't do that. You end up cutting some wire somewhere, a motor wire or something. Don't put no blade in there. You should be able to. Make a little video and throw it up there. I'm sure somebody will be able to help you, and myself maybe included. But if you took all those screws out, you should be able to get that off. Like I said, they get hung up sometimes, especially if it's never been off. Just paint it in the house, open the windows, go paint a baby. I had to do that. It was super cold. I was painting. The hell was I painting? I remember what I painted. Oh, it was before Christmas. That was early December. I painted a train car or something, but I had to do it in the house because it was just too cold to go out to the garage because it would be too cold for the paint. Sometimes I'll go out there, I'll paint it, and I'll bring it in and have it dry in the house, but it still stinks. Let me know if you find something you like. Like for what? Oh shit, excuse me. Oh, Dave's another one. He does some 3D printing. I was just talking to him about some 3D printing the other night. Plumber 33. Sucker just seemed to hang out for 3 hours for that signal box. Yeah, I remember he was trying to get off, and Daryl wouldn't let him. He's like, "No, you got to stay on. You're like, I don't know, a couple minutes shy of 3 hours. You gotta meet the 3 hours." Alright. You send me that 3D printing site, I'll give you partial rights to print me and give you one extra sub. Yeah, I don't know how Bernard does that. I mean, I know he somehow scans you, and then um, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. Look out for boxes. So much going on. Hey, give me a slushy, man, while you're in there. God says that's what he's worried about. Glued shelf. That's the case. I'm not worried. These are collectibles, anyways. Well, I said you might, if you carefully get a blade up in between the shell and the frame, you might be able to, break that loose. Well, I wouldn't be able to print or paint all winter long. So, like I said, I keep the paint in the house and stuff, of course. And I'll run out and hit it real quick, and then bring it in to dry. And then if I need another coat, I'll go back out and hit it again. Bring it back in to dry. It's not ideal, but on a rare occasion, I'll paint in the house with a rattle can, and it just lingers, man, forever. I only got a couple of little vent windows down here, glass block windows with the little vents in them. So I open those, open the door at the top of the stairs that goes outside. And I'm having open windows on the whole first floor because the furnace down here. So if I'm going to do it, like the last time I did it in the house, I shut the furnace slash air, well, not air, but I went outside, but I shut the furnace off. So it wasn't pulling all those fumes as I was painting, to let it dissipate a little bit. But it's just not ideal, man. And there's really nowhere to vent outside to do a spray booth. I don't have any windows to vent it out. I don't want to drill a hole in the side of my house for a vent for a spray booth. I don't do that much of it. And if I'm using the airbrush, I'm usually using acrylics in that anyway, so there's not that much fumes. So just might. Jason gonna be a light green brighter, needs new sound and lights. You can always send it to, yeah, send it to Jason. He's pretty popular though. Might have to get in line. Hey, good morning, Corey. I don't think I said good morning to you. Hi, Happy New Year. Um, yeah, that's all I use in the house. I use, your Model Master, not the airbrush stuff, the little tiny bottles. Um, I think they're Model Masters. I don't know what they are. Or like Apple Barrel and stuff like that. They're a pain in the ass, so you really gotta mix those well, thin those well, because they get particles and they block up your airbrush. Yeah, the only issues I've had with those getting their shell, if you're talking about the shells, and sometimes it gets hung up on the front.
It has the front lights, like have like little light bars, light. They're on little arms for the. And there's the headlight. There's. I mean, this one have the headlight and the number boards were like that. The ditch lights weren't in there like that, but the headlight and the number boards were like three. They're like ridiculous, honestly. And they got hung up on there. Yeah, I just ordered more of those from DigiKeys. Like I said, I need some enclosures. How you do? How much is it going to cost to get that recipe or that secret sauce? Oh, this for a steam locomotive? Or for a diesel you're talking about? I don't know how much steam, so disregard everything I said. Most of the guys put all the DCC stuff in the tenders now. Anybody I've seen that has done any upgrades to older stuff is, I know Soundtracks sells a light or a wire plug that you wire in to go between the tender and the locomotive. But then everybody puts like the speaker and the because you have room in the tender most of the time to do your speaker and your decoder. Keep alive if you're going to do that. It's a nice rectangular box. You have room in there. There's nothing else in there. Yeah. I wouldn't mind picking up another steam locomotive just for excursions or putting sound in this one I have. It's light. It doesn't really run well. It runs well. I shouldn't say it don't run well, but it's light. It don't pull well. But again, I would only be pulling a few passenger cars with it. That's what I'm using the F7s for. That's my excursion train there. Thought about it. It has a couple old blue box Baltimore, Ohio passenger cars. I was thinking about painting those up for the CR&E and having some of those mixed in with the excursion train. We ripped out the entire system in the engine, so it's basically a brass hybrid DC engine. Oh, okay. The only thing about it, I'm trying to figure out how to get a smoke unit to work. Can that work? I mean, can it support smoke units? Those steam decoders? Oh, okay. She's a little secret sauce for those cheap paints. Cab forward is the BLI. That's cool. Yeah, I'm just okay on Broadway Limited, but I only have their diesels. I've heard better stuff about their steam. But it's kind of cool. Like I said, they both have smoke units in them. It's kind of neat. I don't know, something different to run from time to time. It's hard. Nobody else that I know of makes diesels that smoke. I could be wrong on that, but I've never had any MTH stuff, so I don't know if they do anything like that. But yeah. Hey, Dwight Curley. I'm sorry, buddy. If I didn't say hi to you, hello, Happy New Year. What's that? The cab forward stuff. They were pretty specific to just certain railroads, weren't they? Mostly out west, northwest, or west. The cab forward stuff. I don't remember seeing any videos or pictures from anything out this way in the east. TH made Elko, PAs, PBs, and EMD F3s with smokes. Okay. Cool. Talking to me? I'm HO scale if you're talking to me. Southern Pacific, out west and Donner Pass. Okay. For the cab forwards. Hey, Gerald Stewart. Good morning. Morning. Welcome in. Happy New Year. First morning brew of the year. Go for the Sierra tunnels. Okay. Was there a reason why they were cab forward? I mean, I'm sure there is. You can enlighten me on it or enlighten us on it. I don't know. I'm not real familiar. I've seen them, pictures, and some of you guys have models of them and stuff, but I never really looked much into it. So, as far as why they ran them cab forward, So, crew was smoke inside the long. That makes sense. Makes total sense. Because I guess they were pretty much like your steam locomotives were pretty much open, at least the back part, I guess. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, cool knowledge. I mean, What is your favorite HO locomotive? Like manufacturer? I put Scale Trains as my favorite, and I'd go to Athearn. But I'm pumped. Corey. I mean, I'm a fan of the Gevos, I guess, but I think as far as classic locomotive, yeah, I got to go with the SD 40-2s. I love my CSX 40-3s, which is the ones that they consider the SpongeBob square cabs. They got the new square safety cabs or whatever. I guess they're a safety cab. I don't know. On them after their rebuilds. Oh no, you can't be popping in and out, Anthony. You're either with me or you're not. Come on, I got time to go back and do all that. Now you didn't miss nothing. They were just talking about a little bit of decoder work. I asked a question to the guys that have the cab forwards, why they ran them cab forward. John, good morning. Apparently the tunnels over the Donner Pass and the Sierras and all that over there are very long, so it help keep them from getting smoke inhalation. Let's see. My favorite would be between Atlas and Athearn because they still make stuff in the area. Yeah, that is true. I really hope that Scale Trains gets into some older stuff. They do something like the GP30 or whatever they put out is just so obscure. Like they try to get like too fancy. I mean, I know a lot of these locomotives have been. You missed a giveaway. Yeah, I gave all Artie's stuff away while you were gone. So contact Artie. You won. You just got to pay the shipping. Anthony. Hey, Ray. Good morning. Happy New Year. Stop it. Went to Columbus this weekend. I'm going on the 14th. So I got to figure out how would be the best way to get like a consensus of all the guys that want to go. Yeah, and it's kind of true. I'm hoping that now that they have bought up the MTH, some of their stuff, that maybe they'll get into some other things. And a lot of guys are hoping they'll do a steam locomotive. So shipping's 5,000. Yeah, I have one. It's a CSX patch. Uh, yeah, it's the B&O 8257. It's got the CSX markings. CSXT. I probably wouldn't get it. I'd probably get another one. I don't know. Found out my daughter has an empty basement. What's that mean for you? You go to your daughter's house every time you want to run trains and come up on trains in her basement? I don't know. Just a question. Just a question. I don't even want to go out to a shed to run trains. If I didn't have my own basement. I would. That was, if that's the only means you have, then you do whatever. Ah, she said no. Well, there's the answer to that. I'm talking about like Thingiverse and stuff like that for 3D printing, Plumber. I saw it at other sites. So is that basically Thingiverse and those sites? Are they free? The files that they have, are they free to grab and print, or do you have to pay for each file that you want to use, or is it kind of a little bit of both? Let's see, white wall wheels. Good morning. He said to swap houses. John. Train shed, garage, spare bedroom. It is. Yeah. Rails, good morning. Good morning. Happy New Year. He's at work. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that. He says, Daryl, is it wet where you are? It's pouring in Valencia and light at his house, I guess. So apparently you guys are getting. Is it normal to have rains like that this time of year? Is it like a rainy season in California? I don't know. I try to ignore that state, man. Pretend like it don't exist. Thingy versus a bit of both. Free and pay depends on the designer. Okay. Makes sense. Curly says, Plumber 33, that was a good stream last night. Yep, I agree. It was it was definitely a good stream. 3 hours worth. Um, I was kind of lurking. I've been doing a lot more lurking lately. I don't know why, but I just haven't. I'm hoping to change that now at the new year, but I just haven't really. For us, it's springtime in California. Versus free, you can tip the designer. Most other sites are paid. Okay. I mean, you say paid. I mean, are they like ridiculous amounts of money, or is it like reasonable? Like if you wanted to print something, if you were going to print enough of something, would it be worth the money? I mean, are they $20 a design, $100 a design, or I guess it just depends probably on what the design is. It's pouring in Glendora pretty much all night. Glendora, that sounds like a Disney character. Already says when he gets to 300 subs, he'll do a 12-hour stream. Already, nobody wants to see you for 12 hours, so don't threaten us with that. I'm going to take my sub away. That's what I'll keep taking it away so you stay at $2.99. I don't see you for 12 hours. Kyle put okay. You put a video up about the shell on the locomotive, Kyle. Let me see if I can make something happen here. I don't know if I can. Don't get your hopes up, guys. Kyle Stevens there. Let's see. Must have searched you before. Need help on shell removal. Let's see something there. See if I can remember how to do this stuff. Present. Share screen. All right, can you guys see that?
Video kind of help on these two models. So I want to remove these shells because even though one of them says it was removed and the other one is just a DC model, I do kind of want to open this up and see what is on the inside, but I can't even open these things up. Like, this is the most I can do on this one. And that is literally as far as I can get. So I'm just a little worried of breaking these because I mean these are nice models. I do plan on adding sound, not right now, but eventually down in the future. But as you can see, this one here at least does come up a little bit, but that's it. This one here doesn't even move. I'm worried that somebody might have glued it on. I'll have to dig at it. I got a hobby knife. I'm gonna try to see if I can at least pry it off. But if you can think of any other way of removing these shells, please let me know and help me out. I've removed the couplers on both of them, and I even removed the screws on both of these. So it's on both of them. So I mean, let me know. Kind of need help with this, guys. I would appreciate it. Until next time.
Okay. Any ideas out there? All right, stop it. All right. I had to close that out. The open slot between the shell and the chassis beside the trucks, you can put a small flat screwdriver and get them to lift over the clip. It's kind of what I was thinking. It almost looks like on the back, like the one's loose up in the front. It's hanging up on something. I don't think it's glued. I think it's hung up on maybe the decoder or something inside. Sometimes you just have to take a little patience with them, but I don't see, unless there's another screw back there. You sure there's no other screws? I don't think they have. I don't think they even have. You said, did you say there was screws, Kyle? Did you remove them? 23 says he's seen many of those. So. slide some credit cards in. Yeah, maybe you could pay to get it off. Put a credit card in there. No, but that's not a bad idea. Something like that that's not going to be. I wouldn't. Don't use the hobby knife, Kyle. That was a bad idea on my part. Don't use that because you never know if it's a truck wire or something that's hanging up and you end up damaging that or cutting it on accident. And then you got to fix that. That's a pain in the ass. So use something more like Jason said. A small flathead. I got like these really small flatheads. And these pretty tiny. Something like that. That's going to be really thin. I think what else? The credit card's not a bad idea. Just something that's strong enough, but that you don't want to damage the shell either. So. Do we have a hardcore great tip? Yeah. Good morning, James. Happy New Year. So, okay. And there's just those two and then the coupler boxes, right? There's not another one hiding somewhere. Keep looking around. Sometimes there's like this don't have it. Some of your older stuff. That looks like it's a newer Genesis. Hey, I'm proud of myself. I was able to share that. Damn it. I'm getting better at this thing, guys. How about that? So we all got to watch at the same time and hopefully help them out. So yeah, there's some ideas out there. Plumber says the type of tools you use to open up cell phone screens are really good at opening locomotives. I've never run into this situation as bad as yours, but I have had to do some finagling to get off shells, but never to the point where I couldn't get them off or damaged anything getting them off. So. Rex Railroad. Good morning, buddy. How you doing, man? My buddy Rick up there in Michigan. Still planning on the 14th, Rick. Trying to get some ideas together. I don't know if I'll just do like a community post or a quick video. Just have the guys that are going maybe just reply to that video. I was talking with Pappy a little bit last night to try to decide on like what the better way to do it would be for the train show. We try to meet somewhere near the site, maybe ahead of time, and have breakfast or something like that. So that this way, when we get into the show, if guys want to go their own way, nobody's feeling obligated to hang out, and and then we're not trying to round everybody up afterwards to get together for lunch or whatever. If it's a decent enough day, I think I think Cook Road is not too far from I think it's at the fairgrounds, the Expo Center. Peppy said there's some rail fanning we can maybe do depending on the weather and things like that. So, yeah. If nothing else, I'll at least shoot you a text, let you know. But I want to do a little video because it's kind of like a mini meet and greet or unofficial. I've been talking about it for a while now, but I keep telling guys to send me an email. I got my email in my description there many times too. To send me an email if you're going to go or you're interested in going. But I've got nothing from anybody. So all I can say is I'll be there. I'd love to meet up with guys. But I don't know. See what happens. So yeah. Kyle, now that's bugging me now, man. Okay, wigwag, cool. Now I want you to get the damn shell off. Hope you can hear that off to my side. That's my F7 over there talking to me. It's not on. It just sits there and talks, chatter. I must have the chatter turned on or something. Lucian. I think I said Lucian. I'm going with it. Good morning. Happy New Year. Well, good morning here. I don't know where it is where you're at. I'm not sure where you're at, actually. I don't know. But good morning. Good to see you. Manny. Hey, Manny's here. What's going on, Manny? How you doing? Happy New Year, buddy. Trying to show at Timonium, Maryland, February 4th and 5th. God damn it. You guys in the Timonium show. That's another one I want to go to. My wife's going to skim me. I can't go to that when I'm actually working. In order to get the weekend free to go to Amherst, I had to switch some weekends around so I don't have to use any PTO time. I was able to switch with a couple people to work the weekends opposite of the show, which will allow me to have that Friday and Monday off. So that guy that's going to bring you your stuff will be opposite Mini Print stand at Crooked River in Eastern. Okay. Okay. What is his stand? What does he do? I missed something. I'm going to try some old Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Is that like Pokemon or something like that? And back to you, Artie. Yeah, just let me know the information and stuff. And let me know what I'm supposed to be bringing. I forget everything I had. I know I had some stuff that you won a couple years ago from Sparky. I don't remember what else I was bringing yet. Bernard says, still moving slow, but I'm still moving forward. My old store, never so slow, but I'm still moving forward. My old store, the train building has been kicking my butt. Look at the bottom of the shell, beside your trucks. Do you see that small gap? I don't see anything around the shell and frame. Gap is between the shell and frame. Do you mean kind of like kind of like the old blue box where you had to kind of separate the middle of the frame and let it kind of drop down? Is that what you're talking about, Jason? Because it's almost what it looks like. Like it's got a couple like maybe little knobs or something that need to be let loose. Well, that's fine. Let me know either way, Artie, because I'll still bring your stuff that that's been here waiting. I can still bring that and give that to him at least, and then at least get your stuff to you. So either way, we'll get that done. So just let me know. You're getting way too. Excuse me, guys. You're getting way too involved in this thing you're doing for me. I didn't expect you to do all that. I appreciate it, but I didn't expect it. So you've already done enough. So you stick in a small flathead screwdriver to separate the shell from the frame, and it will release. That's not helpful, James. Not helpful. Yeah, that's a good point. Do you have? It looks like a new box. Like you should have all the. If you have the paperwork in the box, open up the exploded diagram and see if it shows or says anything about how to remove the shell. If you haven't done that already. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Yeah, they kind of like Palmer says, was there no paperwork in the box? Because sometimes that will tell you how to do it, or there's always YouTube, man. You can always YouTube it. There's got to be something on there if you haven't done that already. Done that? Nothing. Son of a gun, man. It don't make sense. Still not helpful, James. Still not helpful. Good thoughts, but I think he wants to salvage the model. He's not looking for a scrapyard find. But it probably would work. Yeah. Not using a hammer. Oh, that was Jesco that said the hammer. I thought James said the hammer too. James was talking about a saw. Yeah. Jesco was talking about the hammer. That's not helpful, Jesco. Or James. No video on these things. Yeah, but it don't have to be the exact model. It could just be Athearn Genesis or whatever that is, the actual manufacturer. Not necessarily the model that you have. You can find something similar. Sometimes it's helpful. Oh yeah, or Jonathan even says Google. You know, that's an option too. Not real help. Yeah, but it should show where screws and shit go in, and make sure you're not missing something. Probably not missing something. There's no one got a loose body shell. Oh, I'm trying to think if I have anything I could mess with that's Athearn that would. I don't have that style of locomotive though. You know what I mean? To see if it would come off the same way. These have the screws in them. Let's see. There's a couple. I got screws. Snap on it. Hey, Lee, you got problems? How about this locomotive? Same thing with mine. Some of this crap out of my way here. All right. All right. So there's two. You got the couple of pockets. Got a screw here. Get it out. screwdriver in there, that'd be helpful. Maybe. It's gonna drop out of there when I open it. I'll probably lose that one. There's a different model. This is ST70. I think it's an Ace. I'm not sure though. It's their veterans unit. UP. I don't have any. That's really all I have for UP. This and I got the George Bush as well. Yeah, those more for the collector type aspect of things. That side. So he screws in it would barely lift like he did in his video. Screws are designed to keep the shell snug. There are bump divots to help keep the shell on the frame. And it has to be separated from the sides. Please ask me how I know. Yeah, those screws under the tank are for the motor. That's not going to help me with the shell. I'm sure you know that already. Again, ask me how I know. Damn it. These two boxes don't want to come out right. Exciting, what do you call it here? Video. Swimming video. Here, another couple of pockets. Trying to get this screw out. Last screw didn't want to drop out. Stripped under maybe. That one came out. It doesn't want to come out. Drop right out. It's hanging up there because I can't get that screw all the way out. It's out. There we go. I hear it. So kind of the same thing. Mine's a little further out, but it's kind of getting hung up a little bit. Front here. See that? So I'm going to kind of pry a little bit. Pry a little bit. And it comes out. So, I mean, it can be a little tricky, but you want to get hung up on the boards, stuff like that. So, why they don't pull shit? There's no weight inside these things. Cab sits down in there, so you can't really add weight there. There's a speaker. They add too much there. Yeah, okay. Make sure I tuck this all back in there and put this back together. There's a nice locomotive though. I like the Genesis. I'm a fan. I just think the scale trains are, they pull better. So, yeah, I don't know. That one came off okay. It hung up a little bit like you saw, but I mean, it came out all right. I didn't have to do a lot of crazy things with it. But yeah, it is a tight fit. I know they're not long. Yeah, it would be a nice time that way. I just have to figure out where to add it. So the fuel tank is the weight. We'll find out here in a minute since I'm here. Let's open this thing up. No, yeah, there's a weight underneath it. The fuel tank, where the fuel tank comes off right here. That's just plastic, but yeah. Probably could add a few weights down in the sides here. So yeah, it's kind of hollowed out. I don't know what you would add in there, probably glue something in there. I mean, if you really wanted to. It's fine. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm not trying to ruin a model. I just feel like they're light. You guys remember back on I think it was the 4th of July, I ran this unit, this veterans unit, and I had my scale trains veterans unit. And scale trains, I had a nice long intermodal train hooked up, and it pulled it just one engine. I don't know how many cars it was. You have to go back and look. I ran this engine. You see it pulling a grain train. It would not pull that intermodal train. It was too long. I had to cut that down for this to be able to pull it. So as an example there, just for example. This is a pain in the ass getting this stuff back in there, especially on the front. Just got all the extra lines and shit in the way. All right, I'll mess with that later. I'm not gonna do it on camera. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know, Kyle. As far as that goes, that's what I have. And as far as Genesis goes, I have a couple of these type of locomotives. And I mean, it came off a little rough, but it still came off. I had to finagle around a little bit. It didn't look like it was as difficult as what you're showing on yours. So I just want to put that back on so it won't come apart. Yeah, that's a nice looking model, don't you think? They're veterans unit. I actually think I like. There's almost more. I don't know. I really like the scale trains model too, though. I feel like it's not focusing. Very sharp. And then I have the Canadian National scale trains just did not too long ago. Veterans unit. All right, let me see. I'm way back here. So we came up with electrical apparatus service technician, and build electrical motors. No, I didn't know that. Well, you're not anymore. You're retired. That makes their shells tight to keep newbies out from accessing the inside that will potentially mess up the model. Joke's on them. I'm getting in there. All right, Wigwag, take it easy, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Send me that email and try to figure this out, man. Keep the contraband. The best place is in the locomotive. Swapped out the Tsunami 2s on your CSX. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you on that. It should be the same. I mean, it should eventually be able to wiggle off. I mean, yeah, like he said, don't be too shy. I'm letting asbestos in there. I have a couple of GP38s up there that are early Genesis models. They're not Tsunami 2s or Tsunamis or whatever. They're I want to say the 1100 board or 1000 board series, whatever. Uh, and I searched and searched and searched to find a video on how to put a keep alive in that thing, and I found one. And it works. But I was nervous because you're really soldering on some very small access points, and unless somebody would have did a video on it, you wouldn't even know. Now, Soundtracks, I believe, actually has a video on their site for it now. I don't know if it was that way then. And then I think Larry Puckett, the DCC guy, has a video on there as well on his channel where to solder the wires for the keep alives on those because they don't have the quick plugs. Yeah, it's a nice looking locomotive. Co-worker's gonna buy your old SD40s. You're O scale. Those O scale. You're O scale, though, right? Yeah, I get it, Kyle. I get that, and it's. Yeah, and James, especially if you're going to run them in consist, if you run them with something that already has sound, you don't need sound in every locomotive, really. Run a non-sound with a sound, and as long as you get them speed matched, and you don't really need to run it that way. Actually, save yourself some money if you buy stuff with that in mind. I mean, I've never thought about it. Shit, excuse me. All those Atlas that I have, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them sitting up there. None of them have sound. They're 2 U-boats and 2 GP38s. None of them have sound. None of them have keep alives. If you got good track work, you don't necessarily need keep alives. But it's nice to have. I mean, I don't know. But it's like some of these, it's hard to fit them in the shells. I didn't even know you had HO stuff. You probably told me that. I don't know. I need sound at all, man. Yeah, well. All right, DWM Trains, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that. I know I yawned too. Yeah, it's that chain reaction. Shelf queens, yeah. I might turn the sound off. Well, that's what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll start out with them running, and I'll turn the sound off because I don't know how much it messes up with you guys hearing me. So I figure, that's a distraction. Play around with them. If they'll look, I'll send them out and let someone else worry about it. Until then, they look great. in my collection. And they do look nice. They're nice models. Pick, let's see. Oh, sweet. Teamed up with the Norfolk Southern, really? Pretty sweet. That was a nice catch. Very nice. Jason sent that. That's why he asked me if I got the pick that he just sent me, and that was what it was. eBay retail price for those decoders, Jason. Don't rip off your business. I missed something somewhere on that. James, Bernard asked James what decoders he's using. He says lock sound. Nice picture, thank you. Yeah, I was talking with Daryl, and we were saying he should do like a live build, or just a live scenery or something, I said, yeah, you ought to, in that new area, maybe you could build Artie's house. So I don't know, maybe we can all build Artie's house together. Daryl will get some supplies together, and we could build it out of popsicle sticks. Even don't have to be fancy, don't have to be prototypical, and just have a bunch of material there, and everybody can pick what they want. Okay, you're gonna build the chimney out of this, you'll build the siding out of that, and you're gonna paint it this color, the way a damn clown house or something when he's done. But it could be a fun live stream, man. So I think that'd be something to do. There you go, James. Is the lock pilot just a non-sound decoder, or is it like a generic type decoder? You know what I mean? Like the Econami, but those are non-sound, the lock pilots. So I'm assuming they're just motor functions and lights, like your basic lights. Yeah, I get that. Not everything has to have sound in it, of course. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're just a non. Because you could buy those, like Scout Train sells them, like for their stuff. If you buy like a DCC ready and you just want to throw in a lock pilot for basic motor functions and stuff. Lock sound is ASU. They have sound too. Oh, ESU. That's what it came up as, ASU. Yeah. Oh, but you're sitting in South Carolina, Daryl. I don't know. I thought that could be kind of a fun show. I just think when Daryl went on live and we were up there together with Mike the other night, I don't think guys realize just what Daryl really has there. Like most of us, you get bits and pieces of what you see on our layouts. But, he does have some video if you go back into his channel and watch on the layout itself. But he's an excellent modeler. He does great work. And I keep telling him he needs to do some videos on, like updates and stuff. And I think that'd be kind of a cool thing. Because, like, look at his water scene is beautiful. Look at his mountain scene. None of that, like he was telling me, I didn't realize it. None of that is rock molds, from Woodland Scenics or whoever. It's all carved. He's carved all that. So I mean, that'd be an awesome like how-to video or even a live stream how-to do something like that. I don't know if he needs to do any more mountains, but just stuff in general. He walked me through this candy factory I was building on how to just build a flat using the fascia board material, that masonite, and what he does. So I mean, he's got a lot of great ideas and he does great work. And I just think a lot of guys would enjoy that, to actually see him do something in that aspect. But we'll see. He's a busy guy. Hi, Digger. I don't know if you were in here before or not. Hello, good morning, and Happy New Year and all that good stuff. Anthony Dodge, same to you, buddy. Good morning. Happy New Year. Yeah, that's okay. I'm not going to go too much longer. I figured I wasn't getting too big a hurry to get off today since I've been off for a month basically. So I'm coming up on 2 hours. So I think I'm going to cut out of here and get back to work on this. Well, got to put this locomotive back together, the couplers back in, but then I'm going to keep working on this other locomotive for Chris. There's a couple of things I could be doing while I'm waiting for the LEDs to come in. Yeah. So Jason, I might have to get with you on programming this thing. Walk me through it a little bit. We'll see how I do on my own. I first have to get with Chris and find out what he really wants. Does he want like the ditch lights on with the headlights? Does he want them to be controlled separately? But have both ditch lights come on together. Because right now it's like you'd have to hit 4 different function keys to get each ditch light to come on. So I'd like to at least combine 2 together and 2 together. Like mine, Jason helped me put the ditch lights on with the headlight. So when I hit the headlight, they all come on. I don't know if he wants that or not. I was fine with that. Like all my other locomotives, like the headlight does not control the ditch lights being on. They can be on or off. So I'll see what he wants and try to figure it out. But this time I'm going to write stuff down. I wrote some stuff down, but I didn't write all that down. We kind of went through it pretty quick. He's just like bam, 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 bam. He's so good at it. So anyways. So what else I missed? I keep getting behind on the chat. Saying hi to Anthony Dodge. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. I know we're friends, but I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. You have beautiful work over there, man. And it's like I'm sure guys would love to see how you did some of that stuff. Even if you don't have to build any mountains, build a little diorama or something like that, just to show how you did it and or do a video or something. Even if you don't do it live, I think how I carve mountains or whatever, and I think that'd be an interesting video. I would watch it. Yeah, maybe. See how I feel that day. James says he's not prototypical, can't see the details, so don't worry about it. Well, that's fine. A lot of guys go with the 3-foot rule kind of deal, I'm more of a detail guy with my locomotives. I like the Genesis. I like the rivet counter. I'm paying for it too, don't get me wrong. But with my freight cars, I don't buy any of the higher end stuff. I buy your AccuRails, I buy your Operator Series, your ready to roll stuff, your Molders mainline, like the middle line stuff. I don't have to have like the rivet counter cars. Oh shit, there I go. Yawning again. I must just bore myself. I don't know. Hear myself talking. I end up yawning. Now there is some. I do have some of that stuff. Just because there was something I wanted, like when Scale Trains came out with those bulkhead flats. I bought a couple of those. Killed me because they're expensive. They are very detailed. They're very nice. They actually have wood floors you have to put on. But if there would have been an operator version of that, I would have bought the operator just because I don't care about all that detail on your freight cars. You're picking those up and moving those around a lot more, I feel like, than you do the locomotives. So you're going to break more of those details off. Like I like tank cars, but even the operators have just enough piping and stuff on those things. I always mess up the piping with my big fat hands. Let's see, Joe Anderson, Jason, you know there isn't enough room in an old blue box 1500 or the GE 70 ton. I do have, oh shit. This whole beast runs like hell. An old blue box. I need to do some work to it. Very poorly weathered. But I have a TCS in there. All sound, I believe. I think that's what I put in there. I don't remember now. Just remember it running really crappy. Okay, I lied. I don't think I have sound in this one. Yeah. Just want to put sound in this thing. No. Just regular board. I thought I had a speaker in there though. I could have swore I did. I need to tear this down and do some work to it. I think one of my LEDs burned out or something in there. It's not lighting. You bought this like that, or wait, is that dirty? Oh shit, I'm gonna leave this on the bench. Clean that up later. I could have swore I had sound in this thing. But you're right, there's really nowhere to put it. It's very tight inside that shell. Anyways, maybe I'll mess with that today. All right, James, take it easy. Fix your pumpkin. What'd you do to your pumpkin? No, that's W15. I think that's what this one is. I don't know. They all look the same to me. I put one in a GE 70 toner. Two speakers, my bold one, BO 1000. Don't know what that is, but okay, good job. Test the voltage or the amps talk. Yeah, it'd take you a while to get used to that. You're telling me yawning, man. I'm so far behind. Scale and W2, and I can put it in the TS, but that will be a challenge since the chassis is split. Never worked on those split chassis. I know the Bachmans are famous for that, I believe. Yeah, those are easy to break off. Manny, thanks, man. Appreciate that. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, see, that's a smaller. I'm looking. Jason sent me a picture. What board is that you have in there, Jason? Definitely a smaller. Oh no, it's not. Is that the PMP board? 8-function board? And where'd you put the speakers at? Oh, you milled that out. I don't have that on this one. This is different. I know where to mill out. I'd have to maybe put it on top of the. Put like a mini cube on top of the truck housing or something. I'd be able to get away with one in the front, one in the back. Split them up. I'd never get a keep alive in there though. I'd have to do like capacitors or something instead. Yeah, we'll see. Sorry guys, Jason was sending me some pictures of the stuff he's done. You gotta have you got a higher shelf, so you probably have more room in there to do that than what this thing is. I don't know. But thanks, Manny. Appreciate that, man. I'm very happy with how it came out. Yeah, so I'm thinking just a single speaker might fit up in the cab roof. I would have to maybe block out the windows because as it is, you can see the wires for the LEDs up in there. Of course, it's all falling down out of it now I opened it. So it's filthy. It's filthy. Needs a good cleaning. I swore this thing had sound in it. I had one that had sound. I had a Baltimore, Ohio one. Maybe that was the one that had sound in it. Hell if I know. Nice little switcher though. Screws. Missing screws for his RS3. $44 there. Minicube, 3 speakers. There's oh no shit. Now, is that something that? How many would you have to use to get the same sound? Is that something we can use in our HO models? Because that would be something to look into for sure. What are they? 1 millimeter by 1 millimeter? Millimeter. I would like to get one of those. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I need to get one of those little things they use. Shoot. Look at the grain elevators. Just those little, like 2-seater kind of things that they use to move the cars in and out. Son of a gun, it's running the tip of my tongue. It's not really a locomotive. It's not like a 40-tonner or nothing, 44-tonner or anything like that. It's just those little, it looks like a little car almost. Damn, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. Just to shuffle cars in and out. When you said Leviathan critter, that kind of made me think of that. That's what I'm using my GP35s for. It has like road switchers. I'll use it at the co-op. 12 millimeter by 5.5. Oh, wow, that is small. Right to the 15 by what is it, 11? I should take this and clean this. I did a shitty job trying to weather that. Didn't come out too well. Filthy. I haven't run this since the old layout. Needs a good cleaning. Seems big for Z-scale. Fit in the Z-scale F unit. Okay. Oh, he's got a phone call. I'll be right back. Okay. It does seem a little big. And if you're talking Z-scale, I mean, it's small for us, for HO, and even N would be good. But yeah, so what am I talking about? Do you know the name of what I'm trying to talk about? Just the little things, they shuffle the cars in and out of the grain elevators and well, other businesses too, but I'm thinking of grain elevators. Again, if I could think of it, somebody makes them, sells them. So I don't know. A little more to that. Well, guys, I'm going to cut this off, man. Kyle, hope you get that shell off. Do a video on it again if you do get it off. It's got to come off of there. No clue. Trackmobile? Does that sound right? Trackmobile. They're just, I don't know, they're small. They look almost like speeders, like a modern day speeder would be, but they hook onto the cars and they shuffle them around inside the elevators. Yes, a speeder or a Trackmobile. All right, so I'm not going crazy. Somebody makes one of his Bachman or somebody. I know I've seen them. Guys will have them. I've seen them on layouts, like videos of layouts. All right, John. Hey, if you're going to go, shoot me an email or whatever. You're going to go in to the Columbus show on the 14th. If you want to go meet up with everybody, hopefully get a few guys together anyways and have some fun. There's a DC. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I don't know who made it. But I think it'd be kind of cool to have. I mean, it's not like a high priority, but because you run into those little deals on something, and then Curly 5 times lost his internet. That's not fun. Pocahontas District Rail fan, how you doing, bud? Happy New Year. You just coming in, man? I'm getting ready to go off. It's okay though. Appreciate you stopping by. Okay, you'll be there. Cool. Yeah, good. I don't know like what the deals are. Maybe I'll do like a community post or just a quick video or something. Probably a community post. When it gets a little closer. I mean, it's only, what is the 5th? Actually, that's next weekend, not this coming weekend. Next weekend. So sometime we'll talk more about it Thursday on next week's show, the 12th. Try to finalize some stuff and decide where we want to meet up. If we want to, there's got to be a restaurant or something around there, Bob Evans or something we can meet at and grab breakfast ahead of time or whatever. I'm kind of thinking that check the Athearn groups, Kyle. There should be an Athearn Facebook group. I know there's a Athearn parts for sale group, but see if there's any Athearn groups on Facebook that you can ask. I don't know if the Santa Fe group is gonna, and maybe they'll know. Just say guys know stuff sometimes, but or call Athearn. Worst case, call them. You might get through to them. I don't know. Good night, Artie. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I know you like your aero spikes, man. BLI made that track for me. Okay. I may look around for it just for fun. Need to hook up Facebook. Yeah, I've been debating. Facebook's so full of shit anymore, but I mostly just go on like the different train groups I belong to, and you know, I used to buy a lot of stuff off of there through the for sale groups. Sometimes you get better deals that way. KFC for breakfast. I'm not against KFC, but not so much for breakfast. Yeah, maybe the Athearn group. Like if you could find somebody that's in Athearn, like specific type groups, they might have some insight on that particular model. You know what I mean? My problem is I'm a visual person. Yeah, I get that. That's why, Um, and you said you've searched YouTube. Maybe Google would have something. But I don't know. It's got to be something simple, unless somebody glued that shell on. I don't know. That could be a problem. But it is. You should still be able to get it off. You just got to be really careful. Yeah, I bought some stuff at train shows, but I feel like the deals are harder and harder to come by. But it depends what you're looking for. You find some random guy just selling off his collection. Sometimes you get a good deal on it. You some of these like actual places that they run it like a hobby shop. Like for instance, when I was at the last train show, most people didn't even charge you tax. Whether they're supposed to or not, I don't know. Just the ones that were more like a business, then they charge tax. Like I sold some stuff at a train show back in November. I didn't charge any tax. It was just a cash transaction. You know what I mean? Bing, bang, boom, done. So, and then those other businesses like that, for whatever reason, it's like they're charging basically full price for everything. It wasn't like I could just go to Walters and buy the Walters kits from them for the same price. The only thing was I was saving on shipping because I was there, you know. So there was that savings. But whatever. It's an expensive hobby, as you guys know, and it can be as expensive as you want it to be. There are ways to keep it down, but one way I would buy an engine is if I know for sure it's brand new, or if there's a person there that has a test track that I can actually test it out, see it run. I never just buy something and hope for the best. Yeah, like when I went to that show, I had 3 locomotives I was selling. I only sold one of them, unfortunately. But I did bring my test track that I have sitting here on the workbench and my NCE system. The only thing I didn't think to bring was I should have brought one of my little DC power packs with some alligator clips. Um, but everything I had there was that I was selling was DCC. So I wasn't worried about it. But there was a guy next to me, or a couple tables down, that had a setup for DC because I had somebody come up to me and ask me if I could test DC on there. And I said, well, I can if you have alligator clips to clip it to the rails, but I'm not set up for it. Like I don't have anything here to set up. There was a guy that had a big fancy test track set up, and he had it all wired up for both DC and DCC, and he had an N scale track on there too. And this is the first show I ever sold that. So I mean, I thought I was doing good enough. Um, just by bringing the test track that I brought, I thought I was doing good. And I did, and it was a sell. Yeah, because I was able to test the locomotive. The guy's like, well, yeah, I want to buy it, this and that, and I hemmed and hawed because we agreed on a price and everything. He's like, oh, wait, can I can you test it? I don't want to buy it unless it's tested. I'm like, oh yeah, as a matter of fact, give me a second. So I think I would have lost that sale if he didn't, if I wasn't able to do that. Rick said he bought an engine and a bad engine. They didn't have a test track. Yeah. A train show, and they said it was DCC only. Ended up having sound, even if it was a cheap MRC sound. Yeah. Some people don't really realize what they have because they're just selling a collection. You get those guys that are selling a collection. Somebody got out of the hobby or passed away or whatever, and they don't really know sometimes. Most of my stuff is old Dave. Blue box, 80%. Other 20% is brass and Genesis. Okay. Nothing wrong with the old stuff, for sure. I just got back into this in 2017, so I didn't have anything. I had that one steam locomotive I was talking about, and I had a couple old blue box F7s, which is regretfully I sold those. I should have. This was before I really was getting into doing repairs and stuff, and they ran, but they were running shitty. So I sold them real cheap to a guy that wanted to fix them up. Excuse me. Knowing now, I didn't know then what I know now, you know. I wouldn't have sold them. I would have worked on them. I think Jim said that the price is right, it's worth the risk. Now, if you're somebody who has a little knowledge and doesn't mind working on them and knows how to fix things, and it's not bad. You get something cheap enough. You get buy some for $25. Even if you got to remotor it, regear it, you're still looking at maybe another 50, $60 worth of parts, and you still got a nice locomotive for under $100. Even if you add a decoder or something, Hey Mike, hey MM, hey underscore MMMOM. That's rough, man. Hey underscore MMOM. Morning, just jumped in, but I am a sub. Oh, that's fine. Don't have to be a sub to jump in. Question: where did you get the background for your railroad behind you? I need one for some of my model builds. This is from Trackside Scenery. TracksideScenery.com. That's where I got that. So. A transformer one time from a train show. It worked there. The sooner I get it home and it blew up. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a chance you take on some of that stuff. Jim did it the easy way. Hi, Mo. I'm over here trying to say your whole name. That was a little rough on me, man. Sorry. I've never been a word genius. But yeah, hey, Mo. Yeah, that's the Trackside Scenery background drop. There's several other companies out there, but I went with him. I think he did a good job. So I've never had anything brass. Like I started to say, I didn't get into it until 2017, so that's why most of my stuff is like basically new stuff. Because like, hey, look at me, but that's just because didn't have anything old. So, and when I first got back in, I was not comfortable enough to buy or to work on stuff, So I kind of shied away from it at first, and then, my buddies over at Athearn did me in. It took 4 months to get a couple locomotives back. I sent to them with broken truck wires. And looking back on Train Junkie, that's another one too, Mo. Yeah. Train Junkie, and then like I said, I use Trackside Scenery. There's also a company called Model Railroad Backdrops. So yeah, there's several out there, and they're all pretty similar in price, and most of them will do like some custom. Like if you have photographs and stuff, they'll do some that can do custom stuff for you. I know Train Junkie does. I'm pretty sure this place does it too. Trackside Scenery. But yeah, so I was very leery about working on stuff. I just wasn't confident in my abilities at all. But when I got it back and that's what the repair slip said, I'm like, are you shitting me? So that's never happening again. These are brand new. I'm assuming brand new old stock because they're the ones I was talking about earlier. Just have the Soundtracks T1100 or 1100s, wherever the hell they are in there, the 1000 boards. And I said, I'm going to learn how to work on these things because that's stupid. In fact, later on, I had it happen again to a different wire. So I don't think it was anything I was doing, but who knows? So I finally opened them up and just checked all that stuff. And they're all good. All good. In fact, one of the videos I did way back, it's me switching out my co-op. I'm using two CSX YN2 paint. They're the GP38s. And I had them running tail to tail and doing the switching on that. So we'll be doing. They ran good. But yeah, it took me literally 4 months. I had to send them out to California, Long Beach or something, and it was like, God, what the hell, man? What's going on here? Get my damn locomotives back already. Repair was free. I think I paid shipping, but the repairs were free. So I had proof that they're brand new, newly bought, anyways. I bought them from Spring Creek. I got a hold of them originally, and they're like, yeah, you got to get a hold of Athearn. We can't do anything for you as far as that goes. So, needless to say, I haven't bought anything from Spring Creek since. I lied. I take that back. I bought at they come to Berea. I bought stuff from them at that show. But, yeah, I wasn't crazy about the lady on the phone when I talked to her about the issue I was having. She was a little off-putting. And it's been several years ago. Maybe I caught her on a bad day. Give her the benefit of the doubt. I've had good experiences with them in person at the train shows. For Northerns, okay. Jason's getting all technical on my shit here now with these locomotives. So the Pacific GS8s. Lease units in the Cottonmouth. Okay. Check your word on it. Because I don't know. All right, guys. I said a half an hour ago I was going to get off of this thing. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to get off. Jim Tedesco today, 6 o'clock. I don't know what's going on with Steeler fan Frank. He was supposed to be doing something on Friday nights, and I don't know if he ever got that figured out. Got Hardy Saturday at 8, Sidetrack Sunday at 8 o'clock on Sundays. Monday is James and Mike, 7 o'clock, and On Track Tuesday this coming week will be Tony, 7 p.m. Then back to Wednesday, you have Cab Crew Wednesdays. I'm not sure who's doing it this week. It's 8 o'clock show Eastern. These are all Eastern times, guys. I don't know who's on the agenda for this coming week, if it's Daryl or who it is. But all right, yeah, cool, Jason. I appreciate that. We should be able to program this without the rear light on. I don't think I have to actually have the rear light installed to program that CV for it. But I think I'm pretty much at the stage where I can start doing some programming on it. So all I'm doing is waiting on that one, a pack of LEDs, so I can put an LED in the back light. All right. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Jason, Kyle, Bernard, Jim, all you guys. Have a good day, and I will talk to you guys next time. See you in the chats throughout the coming week. And it's good to be back, man. It's good to be back. I missed you guys. I missed doing the show. So that being said, bye for now.